It's the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast. In this episode, we are talking about,
Routine, bedroom routine, more
bedroom
passionate,
routine.
more marriage. We're always talking about more passionate marriage,
Yeah,
but this
yeah.
one is going to be a little more direct.
Talking about bedroom routines, going to bed at the same time, why that's important, yada, yada, yada.
How to make it passionate if you're not. I don't know.
I like it. I like that.
Nick's taking over this one, apparently.
You took a poll, right?
I did take a poll. Do you want me to start with the poll?
Yeah, let's start with the poll. The
Okay.
questions that you asked, then we'll dive in.
Okay, starting with the poll, I asked spouses, do you go to bed at the same time in your marriage? 63% said yes.
That's
37 said no.
okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so yeah, more than half are going to bed at the same time. I wish I could get more direct with the people answered, like the ones that said no, like is it impacting your intimate life?
Oh,
And you
yeah,
know what
for
I
sure.
mean? Like I wish I could keep asking a
Maybe
bunch of questions, but
Yeah, maybe some of the answers will get into that. I guess we'll find out.
okay, so I'll just read a couple of them.
So
I
what?
asked the question, what do you do as an evening routine to have a better intimate life in your marriage? Okay, that's the question. Praying together, spooning, goodnight kisses every single night, pray together, pleasure each other more often, sit on the sofa, snuggle together every single night, go to bed at the same time, sleep naked, shut up all the things at least 30 minutes before bed, talk every night. We have an hour to ourselves without kids every night, lay down and talk or watch a movie and relax.
Yeah,
And then
those are
it kind
good.
of just repeats. So,
Let's talk about
yeah,
some of those.
yeah.
So let's start at the first. What was the first one?
Oh, you want me to go back in? Praying together.
Praying together. I think that's a huge one. I must admit we are not perfect at that. We try to do better, but that is, oh, go ahead.
Well, the reason that we're so bad is usually like we'll put on a show after talking. We're really good at talking. We're obviously together all day together. So we don't need as much talk time as most married couples. I think it's really important to have talk time
Yeah,
every single night in your marriage. We get a lot of that.
we do.
So I feel like that should be, I mean, praying is very important. I'm just saying like for like your nightly routine, depending on what that looks like, you get the kids to bed, dinner, kids, and finally it's peaceful, right? I think couples need to talk. Praying is
Yeah.
usually something people do right before bed. My biggest mistake, and I understand that I am very flawed, we'll turn on a show and I fall asleep.
Oh, 100%. If we turn on a show, we never make it through a show. It's usually turn on a show. I'll be like the other night, I'm like, hey, babe, nothing. And I'm like, we just started this thing like 10 minutes ago. Hey,
It's the
babe.
thing.
And
I
she's
don't
over there
snore. I
snoring.
don't snore.
She's over there sawing logs.
You said I don't snore.
I'm just joking. You know,
Oh,
I'm joking. Anyways, she's over there peaceful because,
thank you.
again, hey, babe, I didn't know she was asleep. So, yeah, I
Good
would
thing
have
that
heard you
I,
sawing logs if you were asleep.
good thing my sacred spiritual time is in my shower before I even climb in bed, or I wouldn't even get personal prayers.
Yeah, we do pray
We're very
every
good at
night on
personal
our own,
prayers. Yes.
but we did share a statistic from our friends, and it's 2% of couples that pray. The divorce rate is 2% for couples who pray together. So
Yeah.
I think that's a really important thing.
The good news is we also do eat our meals, like at least dinner together, always as a family, always family prayer. Anyways, whenever you can pray, always good, right? Always good advice. The next one was spooning. Everyone knows what that means, right? That's a cuddle position.
I would not
That's
know.
cuddling.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't know what that was. So
You don't?
our
It's creepy
routine,
almost.
I know, but
You know what spooning means.
I know what it means. I've never experienced that. Let me,
You're married
I know. I haven't experienced that lately. So
lately is different than never.
our dogs, our sleeping partners, our dogs jump in the middle between Amy and I, and if I go to move them, they start growling and getting
They
all upset.
don't.
Um,
Nick has no problem moving the dogs whenever he wants to cuddle, so don't listen to him.
It's
You pick them up, they're 10 pounds, you move them.
we talk about barriers to intimacy. I got a barrier of dogs,
Physical barrier.
a physical barrier of dogs between Amy and I. It's almost like if we were dating and they were our chaperones and saying, "Hey, we're not going to let you guys touch each other." That's what the dogs do.
Okay, we're the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast. Do you have a great intimate life?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Then the dogs are not burdening us.
I know.
Or we would tell people to not let their dogs sleep in their bed, but I'm against that one.
Our audience knows that when I'm serious.
I don't know if they do. It might be new people.
That's true. Okay, yeah, I'm just joking, but I'm not joking about the dogs. They do set up barriers between us, but get all upset if I try to move them.
But don't you see the viral videos? You don't, but there's always okay, let's be honest in marriage. Marriage is you get in bed, you both roll over, you go to sleep. I'm that's kind of how it is anyways, right? So what's a little tiny chihuahua in the middle even really damage doing? Right?
Should be rolling over the opposite ways so that we're together.
If you have a big dog and he's in your bed and you can't move, might be a problem. You have a little 10-pound dog, you just pick up and move out of the way when you want to cuddle. It's fine. Okay, we need to get back on topic.
Okay.
Spooning. You have spoon.
Yes, I have.
It's great to cuddle your spouse at night. Very important. We have done the stats already on our physical touch podcast, how important it is to touch each other. I think that couples that pray / communicate / cuddle every single night will probably never have major marriage problems.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a big impact.
We need to start cuddling every night.
We do, most of the time. Good night.
Hold on. We need to start cuddling every night. We do some of the time.
Okay, some of the time. We hold hands and we kiss every night.
We do. That's true.
So that's pretty good.
That's true. That's pretty good.
This lady said good night kiss every single night. It doesn't have to be a long, passionate thing. It doesn't have to be a makeout session.
Hold on. What does a good night kiss mean? Not just a good night kiss, a good night kiss. What would that mean to you? Because I think she's going somewhere. I think in her comment, she's absolutely going somewhere.
Good night kiss. She said a good night kiss.
Well, we don't know. You're pronouncing it differently. She could have meant a very good night kiss. So what would be a good night kiss? Let's talk about our audience about a good night kiss.
Love you.
That's a good night kiss?
That is to me.
Okay, most men would disagree.
Well, I'm sure you would love to tell them.
Good night kiss. Let me get.
Why don't you expand on that?
All right,
why don't you expand on that?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I think you're going somewhere with that. What does keep marriages even more passionate? Why don't you tell us?
For the men, a good night kiss.
No, you have to say a good.
A very good night kiss. Yes. Oh yeah. That would look like a long, sensual kiss.
Okay, now why don't you tell us women how many of those good, long, sensual kisses don't turn into something else? So you're fine if a woman's like, let me hand you this passionate, spicy, long, lingering kiss. Okay, good night.
Yeah.
You're fine with that. Okay, I'm gonna try that tonight. I'll come back to the audience next time, let you know how it goes.
Well, hold on.
Actually, we'll try that on the vacation this week. How about that? I'm like, here, come in for a kiss. Okay.
No. The vacation's off limit. The vacation, you have no kids. There should be no.
Okay, we're not talking about vacation. Okay. Go back to the topic. Okay.
Okay. I want a lot of good night kisses on our vacation.
I'm not talking about vacation anymore.
Okay. In the bedroom, when we go to bed, I want a lot of good night kisses. Yes.
Okay, you know how we like to challenge our couples out there listening? And email us, let us know how it went. This is the challenge for you, wives, or the higher drive wives, vice versa. I don't know what to say. It doesn't matter. Whoever you are,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I want you to give the higher drive spouse the longest passionate kiss that Nick's talking about, and then be like, "Oh, that was so fantastic. Good night," and let us know how that goes. Okay. Let us know how that goes. That's the question for the day. And before we keep moving on the subject, because we have had 3 interviews the last podcast, so we didn't get to talk about our last results. Nick said podcast, 5 ago, he gave a challenge out to the couples. We were talking about if an asteroid hit the Earth. Did we already share this?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Well, just in our newsletter.
I don't
So
think we
yeah,
shared it on the podcast because so many podcast listeners messaged us right after.
all the men messaged
Wait,
us.
you have to say what it was first.
Yeah, so I told Amy, I said, if an asteroid was coming to the Earth and we all knew we were going to die in the next couple hours, pretty much every man out there would still want to make love to his wife. Like if his wife said, "Hey, let's make love," the husband's not going to deny his wife. And Amy thought, "You are ridiculous. You are crazy." And I said, "No, I'm not crazy." And I asked the audience to respond, and the audience responded,
Oh, you made his weekend.
"Yes."
Was that on a Friday podcast?
I
You
am
were
happy to report. Well, why don't you report? What was the percentage of responses that agreed with me?
100%.
100%. What?
I won't tell you how many came in, but you guys did not disappoint. And I was
100%.
happy for Nick because he was so giddy getting all this. The men were like, 100% Nick, 100%. Absolutely would choose to make like they were
Yeah, they're
all
like,
on your side.
what? The last couple hours with my wife, of course I'd want to connect with her and make love. Why wouldn't I? Right?
Or you could be like, where's the kids? Let's find a bomb shelter. Let's
We're all gonna die anyways. There's nothing you can do. Throw on a
Okay.
cartoon
The
for
women
the
would
kids.
go straight to the children, the men would go straight to sex. Hey, everyone like actually agreed with Nick, which is
The
crazy.
whole point of it was how we as men
Think
like
different.
think differently, and how women, it can be 71 degrees and it can be too cold, and then turn it down to 70, and it can be, or turn up to 72, can be too hot.
What are you going with it? Where are you going with this?
Just how our minds are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Moving
back
on.
the kissing. Please let us know. I just don't agree that you actually want me to give you this long, lingering, passionate kiss and then be like, night.
Well, I'm not saying you have to deny it every night, but I would love
Deny it every
I
night.
would love a long
You
passionate kiss.
realize why women don't want to give long, passionate kisses all the time, right? Do you get that?
Well, we just did a video on that on physical touch. So if you haven't seen that, go to our Instagram, and it's basically a funny video where I'm pumping up a tire or something in the garage, and Amy comes and touches my back, and I think she's saying it's go time.
Touching your back doesn't mean it's go time.
I know that's what's funny though, is why most women don't give their husbands physical touches, because their husband's gonna be like, "Oh, it's."
I just think
Yeah.
I think physical touch is different. Like rubbing your back, where you're touching you when you're walking by, whatever, is different than giving you a long, lingering, passionate goodnight kiss, and then you're like, wait, you're cutting me off now? No, you told me to give you a goodnight kiss.
I will still take a good night.
We're gonna find that out.
Yes.
We're gonna find that out. Anyways, next one. Watching a show and just snuggling every night. I think the go-to for most couples is go to Netflix, turn on a movie. I'm telling you, 50% of our nights look the same after we've connected, talked or whatever. We usually try to like climb in bed together and talk and make sure we're good, everything's great today. Let's turn on a movie and relax, which is great. For my like anxious mind, sometimes a movie is the best thing that can happen to me because I stop thinking about other things. It really is. But
Agreed.
I think just spending time together, if we want to talk like boundaries or like setting together really good bedroom routines, I really think it comes down to making sure that you get quality time as a couple, whatever you enjoy together, as long as you're both on the same page after the kids are asleep, which can be really, really tricky in our situation when our kids, thank goodness they run and they get up like 5:30. They get up earlier than us. They go to bed earlier than us. But I can imagine like families with teenagers where they go to bed really late and they're like, I'm like, a lot of parents probably go to bed before some of their teenagers. And that is really hard to like never get alone time. So maybe if you do go to bed early, it's not absolutely a bedroom routine. Maybe it needs to be more of a morning routine. How do we connect in the morning? How do we be intimate in the morning, right?
And another way is go take a shower together. Like what we found is your kids will totally leave you alone if you're in the shower together.
Right.
That works great for us as well too. So, and some, like we've said in many of our podcasts, some of our best conversations are in the shower. Agreed. I tell Amy I should have my phone in here recording this. That would probably sound bad though, as we're in the shower doing a podcast and saying, sorry, we're just naked in the shower doing this podcast. Probably wouldn't be real well, but some of our best conversations have been in the shower together.
Totally agree. I think we did an entire podcast on that. Let's just talk about going to bed at the same time. I understand that this is so hard for so many couples. It's never been an issue for us. We kind of have the exact same schedule. Kind of always have. We're actually both
Yeah,
like kind of night owls. We like to stay up late. I don't know. It's just our connecting time. It's our
for
decompressing
sure.
time together. I have friends that go to bed literally like 8:39 at night, and I'm like, how do you have any time together? Like, it's so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
So
think going to
hard.
bed, I would say for most couples, if you're going to bed at the same time, your intimate life's probably going to be better.
And I understand that this doesn't work for everyone. I understand
Yeah.
there's careers. Some
Sometimes
people are
people
out of
wake up really
some
early.
people have to go to bed super early. They have night shifts. We have neighbors that have, he works at 3, 4 a.m. So he goes to bed way earlier than she does. She's up with the later kids. I understand that it works like that. It's just, that's got to be
If
really, really hard.
Yeah, if you can go to bed at the same
Mhm.
time,
Big impact on your marriage.
yeah,
Big
a good
impact.
impact on your marriage.
At least as many nights as you can, right?
Yep.
I think a big disconnect comes when one spouse, like you literally could go to bed together, but one spouse is like, I'm not going to bed with you. And the other one's like, no, I'm watching my show. You go do your own thing. And there's that disconnect with,
Well, you're right, because and I love that you use the word disconnect, because if you're together, you're probably connecting. If you're
Mhm.
not together, there's zero way to connect when you're not together. So
Right.
if and I'm not saying anyone's doing anything wrong. That's not what I'm implying. But if it's late at night and a husband's in another room doing something else and a wife's doing something else and you're not going to bed at the same time, you're probably not being really productive. You're not helping your marriage.
You mean productive in your marriage? I'm like, I can be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
productive at night, but
Well,
yeah, I
yeah,
get,
that's what I
yeah,
meant. But
yeah.
but I mean, for the most people, like, you're a little different because we work a lot. But
Mhm.
for someone else that's not working, or they surfing TikTok, or they, what I
Right,
mean.
right.
So
Yeah.
I think when you go to bed at the same time, that you're just going to be a lot more connected in your marriage.
I just totally agree with that. I understand it doesn't work for everyone, but when you can, like a lot of couples that like will go on vacation and get out of their like work routine, family routine, and just leave together, and then they start going to bed together for a few nights. They're like, "Wow, this is
Yeah,
amazing."
for sure.
Changes everything, right? This lady said, "Shut up all things at least 30 minutes before bed and talk." I love this one about phones. Phones are wrecking marriages. They are wrecking intimacy like big time. So if you can be mature enough in your marriage to set a boundary and be like, we're not going to be on phones if it's hurting your marriage. If it works for you, that's fine, whatever, right? But the ones that
It's
it's hurting and disconnecting your marriages, try leaving them outside the room. Try saying, hey, 7:30, 8 p.m., no more phones at our house. Like, let's try this together. Not telling your spouse this is what we need to do. No one wants to be told what to do, but saying, hey, let's come up with some kind of like phone thing that works for our marriage where we feel like we're not as disconnected. We're not like scrolling and wasting time.
I I'm gonna say the other day I was like just thinking, I'm like, I cannot believe how many times I looked at my phone today.
Mm.
And Amy and I both do a lot of our business. I'm handling customer service things constantly on our phone. If you've emailed me, you know that I respond quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you that so that you'll email me, please. But if you want, great. But my point is we're always on our phones constantly, dealing with work stuff and customer service and
Mm-hmm.
different things like that. And it's amazing how much we're on our phones. And you're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
I think the average person is spending way too much time on their phones.
Well, and I think too, like for you and for me, it's like, oh, I got to answer this message or I got to do this. And with our business, it never really shuts down, right? We get orders, we get messages during the night, whatever. I think that we can do better at setting
For
boundaries like,
sure.
hey, you know what? They're going to wait till 8 a.m.
For sure.
Those people can wait till 9 a.m. when my workday begins and just whatever that looks like in your marriage, like maybe it's outside family members that don't live with you that are messaging late. You put your phone on silent and be like, I love you. I will talk to you at 9 a.m.
Yeah, for
It's just
sure.
about setting boundaries and saying, okay, our marriage is most important between these hours. This is when we have time together, and we need to protect that time.
Yeah, I agree. I
It's
agree.
about
And I need to
protecting your
start doing better
time.
about that. Yep.
Well, if your marriage is going great, then it's great. Like just talk about it and find out. Like you might think our marriage is great and your spouse might be like, "Oh my gosh, they're on their phone again." That's going to cause a disconnect. So
Yeah.
it's about, figuring that out.
Just talking about it.
Yep. The rest are just kind of repeats. It really just comes down to like you prioritize what you love, right? So if you want to love your marriage, you're going to prioritize it. And I think that couples that start to feel like roommates that are like the day-to-day grind, raising kids, going to work. I think that we have to find excitement in some of the boredom. I feel like that's where marriage grows. And I just wanted to add in, and then you can talk. I think it'd be great for bedroom routines to spice it up. I don't just mean intimately, like play a game together. We live by pickleball courts. So we used to, some nights we'd go play pickleball together with some friends, or, our kids, it could
Sit in
be
the
late.
hot
They
tub.
sit in the hot tub at night. There are nights we're at a different stage, I understand, but like play a game together, pull out a card game, go make something in the kitchen. I don't know, just do something fun that like kind of breaks that routine and keeps your marriage kind of fun. I mean, we have like our new coupon deck with the date night ideas or the new app with all the date night ideas. Like there's tons of fun stuff that you can do at home to break up that bedroom routine. So it's like, I actually look forward to bedtime, you know?
Yeah. And it is your responsibility as a couple to work at making your marriage more romantic and
Right.
more connecting. Like I think it's really important to recognize that you owe it to each other to continue to keep your marriage passionate and fun and romantic and
Mhm.
things like that. And so, like Amy says, no spouse signed up for a non-intimateless marriage, right? Or
Right.
an intimate, sorry, an intimately
Intimateless,
marriage,
intimateless
or a
marriage.
non-intimate marriage.
Yeah.
So, it takes work, but it's worth it.
Totally.
So,
Totally. And I think that that is such a crucial time. The bedtime routine is such a crucial time because that's like some couples literally only have like a couple hours at night
or
together
less.
or less
Yeah,
sometimes. Like if you're raising kids and doing all the things you have to do in those couple hours, like sometimes it can get overwhelming and I don't know.
it can.
Just gotta set
Absolutely.
set boundaries, make it so you have some kind of quality time together so that you're connecting, even if it's just 20 minutes sometimes. Like that makes a big difference in your marriage.
For sure. For
So,
sure. And if you need some things to help with that quality time, we got some great products. In fact, right now, if you order any intimacy box like the pleasure pack for her or the ultimate, the couples box, you get a free Christmas stocking to load up with all the good stuff in there. Just don't obviously give it to your spouse in front of your kids.
can I talk
That
about
might raise a couple questions.
can I talk about the app?
Yeah.
The new?
Hmm.
Okay. We have just been working so hard. I'm gonna pull it up because I want to show it. Is it on my phone yet?
Should be.
We
Guess we'll
are
find out.
so excited. This is how new it is. I had to ask if it was on my phone. We're so excited. We have been working so hard on the new You and I app that we launched, and we've been updating it with the newest feature that is so amazing. And it's literally goes hand in hand with this episode because it's all about nurturing your marriage every single day. And we
Yeah.
know that we just had like a basic challenge on there, but we wanted to ramp it up and make it like fun, something to look forward to every single day, something that was like emotionally connecting, physically connecting. And so on the You and I app, different than Ultimate Intimacy, this is like Ultimate Intimacy Part 2. It's a different app. It's going to be a
Different
subscription. It's a
features.
subscription app with different features. We're having I don't know if you can even see it. But if you go into the daily challenges, now we have a monthly theme. Right now, it's Nurture Each Other November, and December is going to be Desired December, which is going to be full, sparky, passionate, fun things. And every day you get an emotional challenge and a physical challenge, and you get to unlock that day every single day. So you don't know what's coming next, but we have tons. I've spent hours designing printables, really fun games, some challenges, just things to do,
Articles,
articles,
podcasts to listen to together.
just like something to do every single day that's literally going to strengthen your spirit, your marriage, both emotionally and physically. And I think we've we've dumped a lot of time and energy into
Hmm.
this challenge to make sure it's not just some new marriage challenge. Like I really think these things are going to
It's
be
going to be different.
interactive,
Yeah.
connecting, something you can do at night together if you want to break that bedroom routine. I just Nurturing November is awesome. Every month you get like the printed calendar. Plus, there's going to be printables throughout the month. Desire December is going to be so fun.
Yeah, we're going to make
So
this app
fun.
a lot more of an interactive app with just constant new things
Mm,
happening, opportunities to, you know, interact and just do different things. And so,
yeah.
look
Dude,
for,
it's worth it.
yeah.
What we're putting in this challenge is just like a couple days is worth it. So
Yeah, so like Amy said, it adds to the Ultimate Intimacy app. We couldn't fit everything we wanted into the Ultimate Intimacy app, and this app has a lot of features that are quite different than the Ultimate
mhm,
Intimacy app. This one's going to be a minimal monthly fee of like 12.99, but I
for
think
now,
for now, but I think you'll get so much out of it. So go check it out at uniapp.com. Let us
grab
know
it
if you have any
fast.
questions.
Grab it fast before the price goes up.
Yep, for
Yep.
sure. Let us know if you have any questions. But as always, we really appreciate you listening to the podcast. If you feel comfortable doing so, please consider leaving us a review. We should have way more reviews based upon the amount of listeners we have to the podcast, and that can really help us. So until next time, we hope all of you find ultimate intimacy in your relationship.